It's all good, Sean. Hey! No, I don't wish to exit. Yeah, so where's that thing again? Maybe we'll just take this color for this button and then maybe kind of dumb it down to get this color. I've forgotten what this color was. Yeah, sorry, I opened this thing before, but apparently I have too many tabs and it has gone to sleep. Wow. I know you. Yeah. So let's just say blue. And blue is going to be something, something, something. And then do I call it light blue? Something too. Yeah, this is dark blue. Oh, I knew that this white was just looking funny. I forgot
Okay, yeah.
this. Whenever I see white in VS Code, it's a scary thing. So do we use this or we use its RGB counterparts? I think this was one
Use
thing
the
I was talking about.
HSL. Use the
HSL.
HSL and reduce the brightness.
Okay, HSL. That's interesting. So if we let me try something. Then maybe this becomes 11. How would it look?
It looks really dark.
Yeah, it looks darker, but I want it to be brighter. So if we made this 61,
It's lighter.
yeah, that's more like it. That's more like maybe 51. Okay, so we'll just roll with this too. All right, so main, I want main to just cover the whole screen. So what's that? Width, that, and height would be 100 each, right? And then display will be grid so that the stuff be in the middle, the bottom.
I have a question.
Yeah,
There's this thing that Raja posted about with auto and with
100%.
100%. Can we use
Yes,
this with auto thing in this place of main? Or because we
and
are
try it out.
using box sizing, we can just leave it as 100%.
Okay, so let's see what happens now. Let's give it a background so we are sure where it's exactly it covers. Um, let's say light golden rod yellow. Okay. So if I save this to and go live. So from what I saw, especially in that picture that Ibuka posted this morning, which auto would force, would try to get, it's like I picked a very, I'm not seeing the color change very well. Let me use a more showy color, green.
Have you linked the CSS?
Aha! Crazy stuff. Thank you. Yeah, it's style.css. Okay, so with auto gets the element to take 100%, or rather the full width, or rather it tries to force it to not go past the full width of its parent. And in this case, the parent of this main is body, and body has a natural width of 100% or 100 bh, the full stuff. So in most cases that we actually use width 100%, I believe width auto should also work there. If anything, the width 100% is more of a liability than width auto. But well, all's well that ends well. I mean, if you can use the other stuff, like say the right box sizing and stuff like that, you don't have like text that is overflowing, you shouldn't really run into issues with 100%, which is why we've not really noticed much issues with it.
Please, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Are you saying that there's a difference between when you use 100% and the auto? Because I did not really get the point. Or are there use cases where there are instances where this is preferable and this is not used? Because Cassie was saying that, is it because we put box sizing? I didn't know how it relates. So
Okay, so let's try this too and see if I can explain it to this too. Okay, so dots parents, let's give it a width of something fixed. Let's say, 300 px. A height, let's make it a box. Rather a square, 300 px. Background, I like, no, this is, stay with this one now. So I'll remove this green because I don't want it anymore. So maybe, hey, I like seeing all those colors. Okay, we'll still go with aquamarine. Okay, and then what was the next one? Child. With, let's say, auto. Height, maybe 50. I think we'll need a grandchild here. Background, something like brown. So now, if there was a grandchild, so this grandchild, for starters, let's see. If we gave this grandchild, I'm wondering how else to show this thing now. Padding inline. 180 px. Okay, and here we have let me see. Okay, so grandchild is bigger than child. You can see it, right? Maybe I should give it its own color. Yeah, grandchild is bigger than child. Let me see what will happen if we give child 100%. Sorry. Percent. Not really changing. Honestly, I'm not quite sure how best to explain that difference. But the
We'll
thing is that
change that one to auto. Let's see what it will result.
which one?
The grandchild to auto.
Yeah, just change
Okay,
it to
it's
auto.
and it's
And
still the same thing.
yeah.
Interesting.
Is the padding affecting something?
Do you
Yes,
need to
I made
refresh
Yeah,
I
of
made the padding
course.
to be very large. I made the
Of
padding
course,
to
it's
be very large
affecting.
because it's to overflow.
That means he didn't inherit the pattern then.
I think I need to think of a better use case. This one didn't really work out testing. Or perhaps I just don't understand it very well. So maybe I'll look into that some more. But right now I can't explain that difference. Okay, so let's move on. So the button, what was it? Show cow. We'll just keep widths and heights and just give it a padding instead. So I'm used to using py3, which means up and down. That's 12 px, and the other one maybe 24 px. Maybe some nice rounded corners. So border radius maybe 6 px. The background will be blue. Okay. So bar blue, and text to be white. Sorry, color. Tailwind does spoils me. Yeah, I think that's that. Oh yeah, outline. I need to stop that annoying outline. I don't know why buttons come with that thing off the box. Outline none, and let's just say border none as well.
Oh, please, what's the meaning of a padding inline?
Oh, it's left and right.
Okay.
Yeah, then block is up and down.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you notice the writing, the text was small. So I want to increase this a bit. Maybe 22 px and a line height of 30 px. Yeah, this looks fair. All right, so now the next thing, we'll just try to create, kind of what looks like that calendar, right? But the thing now is that it was inside a modal. And generally a modal is like, let's say, a layer on top of your screen, usually with a semi-transparent background. It's dark, so it kind of, focuses your eyes on the thing on top. So to create that, we're going to have this, let's call it a section. So this section is going to be giving, full screen. Like, we're not even going 100%, but we're going 100 VH, like cover the screen, full screen kind of thing. So it's going to have grids, to center things, or maybe flex if you want. So in it, we're now going to have, another maybe section. So this will now, have the main content. So this would be like the white where the actual calendar is. So in this calendar, let's go look at it a bit. Use this. I think this is fine. Yeah. Let's use this a bit. So in this calendar, what do you see? I mean, if we were to put this thing in lines, there is this line that has, please ignore this from and to. Like I mentioned at the beginning, we're not going to do this from and to. We're just going to put the month and the year. So, for example, October 2023, or actually OCT 2023. We will not have these two, but we'll have these two buttons for moving forward month and backward month. Yeah, so these two buttons, and then the text in between, that's one line. We have another line, we have a bunch of lines for the actual dates, and then we have this button below. Okay. So I think we can group things that way, right? We have this one on its own. We can also have this one on its own. These ones can be in their own div, and the button it's on its own. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so moving on, let's just see the padding. Yeah, generally there is 16px padding, and the border radius is 8px. Background is white. So let's throw all these things in. So we have a few lines in here. There is, we said 4 divs, right? So
No.
div times 4. All right, so this one has a button. Inside this button, there's going to be an ing, because we're going to get, that stuff, those arrows as images, maybe SVG images, and throw in here, so something like this. Yeah, and then we're going to have the text. Let's make it a span. But you know what? Let me make it a p tag with 2 spans, so that the October, or the month and the year, will just be there, but they can change on their own. Yeah, so sometimes as you're writing the HTML, you have to be thinking of how you want to manipulate it in JavaScript, and it can change how you structure your HTML. You might want to put certain things into their own separate spans because you intend to change them separately. So I'm just going to have 3 spans. The second span will just be for, what's that thing called? For space.
This part is confusing me.
This part is confusing me.
Wait, we're supposed to have like the first thing is the first div is for the 2 arrows and the date in the middle, right?
Yes.
Which is the button is what? Is the button the arrow?
Yeah. This button is the arrow. You can see the image, the IMG
Yeah.
tag. We're going to put an arrow. I'll get that image, that arrow image. So
Okay.
we'll put it in here.
And then this pit tag that is that is having 3 spans. Okay, that will be for the month and
And the
the
year.
date and the year. Okay, I get.
Well, not really dates. You know, when you have spans like this, there won't be any space in between. Well, okay.
Okay.
Maybe instead of this, no worry. This one is confusing. Let me remove it. If you have them on the same line, like this space it will remain. Okay, but if you push this span to the next line, you will find it difficult to have a space in between them. So generally, since I like to have my spans, one on a separate line, I will just use another
Add another
span
one.
and
Okay.
just only put a space inside it. It's
I don't
like,
even
when
like
you're
to
doing
do this.
concatenation with strings,
Plus.
you do plus, you do one string with only a space inside and continue your plus and begin, something like that.
Yeah.
So dates, year. Let's just put OCT 2023 as a placeholder. Okay, and we're going to repeat this guy. Okay, so in this next div, let's see. Okay. So actually, in fact, I think we have two choices now. Okay, you see, generally everything fits into this space that the padding has, limited, has brought out, this unshaded part, right? And this first line here starts at the beginning, the leftmost part, and ends at the rightmost part. Same thing with the bottom. However, this middle part, these are two remaining divs, this line and then the rest of this, they don't actually get to this place. You can see this line, right? You see this sort of faint line. So there's a bit of space, here and here. So we can, one, throw all of this into a div and give that div, extra padding to make it, limit itself this way. Or we can continue with our 4-div plan, but those two middle divs will give them that padding. Maybe we should just carry on like that. So let's see. This doesn't want to tell me the distance. It really doesn't. You don't want to tell me distance. Okay, so we'll guess it then. So if this was 16, I would say this is 20 because it looks a little bit bigger, but not like 1.5. So I'll call this 20.
Like 22.
Yeah, okay.
No, 24.
24 is 1.5, but it doesn't look like 1.5. Okay, so this div has seven children, right? 7 spans. 7. Let's give them something. Weekday. Yeah. Weekday times 7. I hate it when the spans all come in the same line. Okay, so it started from Monday. Sorry, Sunday. So sun, mon, 2, went. and start. So this, what do we call it? Week line. All right, and this one will be days group. Class. Days group. So now, here is where it gets a little tricky. Some time ago, I made a calendar like this. And what I did was to make, because the highest number of weeks that a month can span is 6. Right? If you had maybe the beginning of the month on a Saturday, yeah, it's possible for it to reach up to 6 weeks if it's like 30 days. Yeah, because 1, 8, 15, how's that, 22? This will now be 29, so it will enter the 6th week. So each week would have, what's it called, 7 children inside, and yeah, you can imagine how that would go. So if all the days stop maybe on the 5th week, then something would stop the 6th week from showing, because if it's not hidden, it will still take up some space. But this last time that I did this, I changed that idea in my mind. I instead just had I just had grid with seven columns, and then had, well, whatever number of days. Since I was using JavaScript today, not HTML, where I was like hard coding stuff, I would just produce the number of days I need, plus whatever is in front, like this. So if the month starts on, say, Thursday, I would generate the number of days in the month plus this extra 4. So it was with classes. You give the actual days of the month a particular class, which will make them show up. But these 4 would be there. They will just be invisible. Like you have a div, you don't give it any what's it called, any color or border or anything. It's there, but you can't see it. That kind of thing. That was what I did. So I think I will still follow that pattern this time. So days group is just going to be grid with 7 columns. And then, once we put the required number of days, everything will just fall into place. All right. So for now, let me just create a span and call it day. And multiply this by, let's just say 30 for now. No, there's a way to do this thing. Sorry, just a minute. There's a way with emets that you can put.
You want something in between?
Yeah.
Use curly braces.
Curly braces.
Oh.
There's also a way to make it count with you. You understand? Like the first one will be 1, the next one will be 2, the next one will be 3.
Okay. You have but I think if you do the first 2 or first 3 or something.
Okay, so create spans with increasing numbers with emets. Let me see this one. This guy is actually, well, let me see this free code count one first. But I think blah, 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 blah. Okay, this one is for class. What's going on? Okay. Right, this is it. Just put this inside the brackets. Yeah. So let's try that. So span the day, and then we have this, and we put this. Yeah, that's lovely. Don't you guys love Emmet? I mean, think about it. Don't you love Emmet? Ah, this is the painful part.
Why aren't you using prettier?
Prettier. I don't know. Oh, do I have prettier? I don't think I do.
Install it now.
This is start working immediately.
Yes, it will work immediately. Why do you like stress? God.
God. I know it to be you that will be saying this. Until tab 9, I'll be WhatsApp. Is it the plus or the other one?
The first one.
Why did somebody make plus? Oh,
Enable.
so I had it. It was just disabled.
Right.
Yes. Do your work. Prettier.
Do Shift Alt F.
It doesn't work like that now.
Do Shift Alt
Shift
F.
Alt F.
Then it will press you go. Just click on prettier. Then you are done.
Okay, so I should save. But nothing is happening if I save. Alright, let's make a difference and save. Nothing is happening.
Do Shift Alt F again.
God.
Have you done it?
Yeah. It's not responding to me anymore.
Please open that.
We can manually do it.
Okay. This one, Abby.
No, the tab.
Will I find it here?
The tab. There's a tab open.
Right click.
Tab where? I didn't hear the last thing you said.
I don't know why it's not working for you. But right click again.
Right click. Just right click.
Okay.
And you see format.
Okay,
Format
document.
with prettier. No, with prettier.
Okay, with prettier.
The option will come out, yes.
It's already your default code formatter. I don't know why
It's
it's not
not
working.
adjusting stuff.
You see it as well.
You see, it's because of all these things. The thing I actually want prettier to do for me to not do. That's why I disabled it. It's the one I don't want it to do. When I want something
what did you even do exactly, Seth? I didn't see it very well.
Me?
Yeah, the MS stuff.
Oh, the MS stuff. Right. It was just you would. The nice thing is that they will show you like a sample of what you are doing. So what I wrote was span.day for class, and then this with $sign inside. So the $sign is kind of like index sort of.
Okay.
So if you say times 4, it will just be changing 1, 2, 3, 4. That kind of.
Times four how? Sorry.
No, like for this one now, I did times 30. So it created 30 spans with the class of day and adjusted the thing inside the span.
But if you do times 3.5, what will it be?
Now wow for you.
Johnny.
Have you seen 3.5 human beings before? I don't think Emmet accepts that. Let's see.
I want to code average.
Those are times 3.5. What's it doing? Oh, it's adding the class 5 to it. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, this
how did you do this one with 1 to 15?
that's what I just showed you now.
Did you do it individually?
No, is that Emmet stuff?
Sorry, please, can I see it again?
You want to see it again? All right. So look at this. We have span.day. So you know the .day is
The
class.
day as the class.
Yeah. So with this, if
Yes.
you put this curly braces, you are saying this is what you want to be
Uh,
inside.
inside the
In
curly
between.
braces.
Yeah, like the inner HTML kind of.
Yeah.
So
And that
inside here,
dollar.
I put the dollar sign. The dollar sign is like index. Like
Okay.
this is the first one I'm creating. This is the second one. So you
Okay.
to be changing 1, 2, like that. So if we
Mm-hmm.
say times 4, it means we want
4 of
that
it.
span thing we created, we want 4 of it. So each time the index is going to be changing 1, 2, 3, 4, and so the thing in between the spans will be changing.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah, I meant to say very fine thing. It's very fun to settle down. You have a div you want to create with lots of things inside. You plan it in your head and you just write a bunch of emmets and click enter and everything just shows up.
Isn't that wonderful?
It's wonderful, except you have spans or img tags inside, and then it's not wonderful anymore because you have to be suffering like me. All right, so we have these for our days group, and then in this last div, we're just going to have a button. So I'll come and steal this button from here. I'll just change. I just changed this. And this is like save dates. Save date BTN. So this is going to be select dates. Yes, I got that class wrong. Okay, so at least with this, we should be able to see something. Okay, maybe let's get those images first. So these two images are actually the same, just rotated. Do we still get it 2 times? Sorry, I did some interesting sorting earlier. No. Sort by date. Sorry, group by date. Uh-huh. Okay, so this is just going to be called arrow because I don't want to learn any long names. Okay, so this is our SRC, right? Yeah, so SRC is going to be img slash. See, this is why I like HTML. Yeah, nothing. So these buttons, we need to give them a class because you can imagine that there will be some default stuff like outline on it, which we don't want. So this will be what's arrow btn. Arrow btn. So this would also be img slash arrow. Yeah, but this guy is going to have another class. Right. Maybe we can give this one left too, because eventually we'll do some JavaScript on it. So maybe right arrow, because right is not specific enough. Left arrow. Okay. Everything I think all our structure is in place. It's just styling that's left. All right. So this section, let's call it modal container. Yeah, modal container. This one, we'll call it what? Modal wrap or calendar wrap. Calendar wrap. Yeah, there's a need to give this one something because we need to do some flex on it, justify space between. So this will be maybe calendar top. Okay, this one is week line, this one is days group, and this one save BTM. Okay. All right, so modal container. Remember, we want it to fill up the whole screen, right? So the width is going to be what? Let's just make it 100 VH. The height is going to be, sorry. That was supposed to be WH. Sorry, VW. VW, okay. The background is going to be black with the highest opacity we can get. So 0000099. Yeah. And then it's going to like disregard, when I say positioning, every other thing on the page. So the best thing we can use for this is going to be what kind of positioning? Modals don't really follow any elements. As in, once you click on something and it pops out in modal, the modal is not positioned based on any element. It's rather positioned based on the screen. It always covers the screen, and then the content mostly is in the middle.
Please, can you show me what the model is in this case? Is it
What
the calendar the model?
Yes, the calendar is the model. Okay, it's here. We'll see it better. It's a load again.
Oh.
Let's see. Is there any screen that showed it well? Okay. Wow. Is it because of low battery? The system is now slow. Yeah, it's not showing. Sorry, please just give me a moment.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. So let's just still chill for this guy to load. I close that. Close that. Okay, so this you see how the background has kind of darkened. Yeah, so that's the modal container. While this is calendar wrap, and then we have calendar top, week line, days group, and then save BTN. Okay, so all good, Abby. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I did.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay, so isn't CSS wonderful? This is what the whole thing looks like without CSS. Okay, yeah, I was asking positioning. What kind of position will we use?
Fixed.
Absolute.
Fixed.
Absolute fixed. Which one are we going with?
Wait, this is the
This is the modal
This is
container.
the
The
absolute.
dark background, the grayish background. Which one will it be?
Fixed. So
Fixed.
So,
Static.
static. What about sticky? Maybe we should try MS Page.
Try the mistake, sir.
I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so it's going to be fixed because the what's it called? The modal container takes dressing from the viewport, from the screen, not from any element. If it was going to take its position, like its positioning, based on an element, then yeah, absolute should have been the way forward. But modals always take their positioning from the screen, so fixed. All right, and I've noticed, you would think it's not the case, but reality proves otherwise, that you have to add this top 0 and left 0, because if you don't, it will do whatever it feels like. I don't know why that is, but if you don't specifically tell it top 0, left 0, it can choose to start somewhere else, not at the top. All right, so let's see. We also would like to make it grid so that I can just, place items center. All right, I think that's that.
what's the difference between place items and place contents?
Place items, let's say, place items is place content. I can't remember the listing for it, but anyhow, items, anything in grids is like, will I say, the sub-parents talking to each of the children, to the children specifically. Like, say you had a grid. Imagine you had a grid now. This is split. Maybe it's 4, like 2 by 2. Something here, something here, something here, something here. If you say place item center, you are talking to all those, subdivisions of your grid and telling it that everything inside each subdivision should be placed in the center, right? It's like it's the equivalent of going to every div, inside the 4 places and telling them place self. I don't know if there's place self.
No, I don't understand the
So it's the content part now that I'm not getting.
Yeah, I was like, I've seen them use interchangeably, and I was like, is there a difference?
I think the content, maybe it will be what is inside each of the divs. You want to put them in the middle. It can be at the side, but you want to make it to be at the center. I don't know, just thinking.
The place to actually find this answer is in districts. Their flex and grids is very extensive. Anytime I'm confused about anything in flex or grid, I always come here. Okay. And you said this, they are justified. So let's follow the justify. Self is just, a grid item talking to itself, right? So let me see. I don't understand why this is happening. Sometimes I'll scroll, I'll stop scrolling and the thing will scroll for a bit more. So this value applies to all grid items inside the container. For items, okay? So let's see contents. Justify contents. Yeah. Sometimes the total size of your grid might be less than the size of its grid container. This could happen if all your grid items are sized with non-flexible units. In this case, you can set the alignment of the grid within the grid container. Okay. Not quite sure I fully get it, but you see, there is the grid. Sorry, there's a grid container, like this outer border, right? Then there's the grid, like each of the smaller boxes themselves. That's like the grid, and then there's the yellow stuff, the grid item. So when you say something items, you are talking to, it's the grid container talking to each item inside every little box. Maybe telling it to align itself, maybe according to like on the vertical axis or horizontal axis, blah blah blah. When you say self, it's the item talking to itself to adjust its positioning inside its own little box. But I think when you say content, maybe justify content, align content, it's the grid container talking to the grids, the little boxes, not the items inside the boxes, but the boxes themselves to adjust in some kind of way. So I think that's how it goes.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, so let's carry on. We have this. So we have the width height to make it cover the whole screen. The background with as much opacity as we can afford to, darken the screen, kind of. Position fixed, top left, to make sure that it's always, it's on top. It's like a layer on top of the screen, right? Maybe we can even add Z index. Let's do that. Let's add Z index. So Z index, we don't have so much things, so let's just put 10. The same way, this guy, let's just give it position relative, and well, it should already have default Z index of 1, but it's never a crime to be too sure. Okay, so display grid, place items center, because we want it to be a grid box and want the calendar to be in the center of the whole thing. And then Z index 10, you know why that's there. Okay, so calendar wrap. Yeah, actually I missed something. I'd like to just borrow their width. So this width is 325 px. I think I'll borrow that. Sorry. 325 px. No need for height. The content will set the height. We have a padding of 16 px. Everything is arranged. Tell you what. For this thing to flow best, I'm just going to wrap these two inside their own div. This weak line and days group, for this whole thing to flow very well, I'll put them both inside a div. So what do I call this div? I'll call it calendar main. Okay, so display is going to be grids. I don't know. What I do is that if I have things going left to right, I would ideally use flex. If I have things going left to right, but not very orderly, like okay, say for instance now, this top one where there are three things, right? There's a button, and something in the middle. Things are not like, I don't know the width of this, I don't know the width of this. They are not shared equally between themselves, that kind of thing. Then I would lean towards flex.
Like the way the dates are.
The dates on is different actually. It's very orderly.
Okay. Like compared to the dates, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I guess.
Like it's not orderly like the dates.
Yeah, it's not orderly like the dates. So I would lean towards flex. Especially if it falls into something like this, like justify between. I see that justify between will do this perfectly. Keep this one at the end, keep this one at the end, keep this in the middle. Yeah, I would defer to flex for that. But if I see things going one on top of the other, I would most likely use grid. Right? Because if I say flex, it means I will have to write an additional line for flex direction. Say flex direction column. But generally, they will do the same thing. It's just that whole additional class or additional property that I'll have to write. Yeah. So anyhow, just so you know, by default, you say flex, you're arranging things left to right, except you go and mess with the direction. You say grid, you're arranging things up and down, except you now go and set grid template columns that will now adjust the columns and make it start going however. Okay, so I'm going to say grids because, what is that thing again? Okay. So the distance between this guy and this guy is 8px. But the distance between this and this is 16. So if I were to use grids, and try to give a consistent gap between the children of this calendar stuff, I would take my gap to be 8px. So that this button, I will give it a margin top of 8px. So the normal gap plus the margin top would now add up to 16. Okay. I see. No wahala. So display grids, and then the gap would be 8px. Okay. All right. Do we want to see how it looks, or we'll just
let's check it?
Let's check it. Maybe since things are small like this for now. Wrong
Is
choice.
that it?
Wrong choice. Okay. I think around here I should give a background. I forgot that the background is white. Yeah. It has a border radius. I think that's like 20 px if I remember well.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Giving it a width of 250 pixels, right? Things start increasing inside it, like our numbers start coming below each other. Is it going to increase in size, the width?
I don't understand.
Like right now, we have a width of 350, 325 pixels.
Yeah.
Like this date now, this date they're all next to each other at the moment. But
Yeah.
later, some of them will come underneath each other. Like it will be maybe 1 to 7,
Yeah.
then like that. They'll come underneath each other. Would the width of this calendar wrap, will it expand with the content that it increases?
If you manage it well, it won't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to manage it well, we're going to use grids and give it grid template columns of 1 FR for like 7 places 1 FR. So it will divide the available space into 7. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. So even if something overflows its box, it's merely just overflowing its box. It's not changing the size of its box. So it's not changing the size of the grid. So everything would remain locked in place. It's just that that particular div would overflow. But then with the width we are using, unless we start writing numbers like 4-digit numbers, we should not see any overflow.
Okay.
Okay, so gradually we can start doing more. First one is calendar top. So width is full. Let's try our nice auto. Won't really make much difference. Display is what?
So why are we putting width there? If we do it normally, won't it work?
It's good, but I'm very used to
Setting
adding a
width.
width.
Okay.
Yeah. So what display do you think we should use? We want these 3 things to be in a line.
We'll use display flex.
Display flex. And what next?
Why is it not moving?
I don't
Check the
have
tab now.
I don't have that stuff. Let me have it just for this situation. I normally don't like.
Okay, using autosave.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we have seen one area where auto is different from 100%.
It's not spelling it.
Yeah, because it's not okay.
It's the same
It's
thing.
not okay. It's not that. It's true. It's not that. It's not that. It's because we've not set that properly. Justify content space between. Yeah. So justify content space between.
It's
Okay. So I think that's that for that. Maybe I should just do this one inside. Should they have those ants now if you're doing this?
The new one.
Yeah, so what were those arrow BTN, Abby?
Can't
That's
remember.
arrow BTN.
That's for
We
the
just need,
buttons
for the buttons. We need to remove their color,
and their
background,
border.
and outline. Sorry, not color, background, border, and outline.
Okay.
So backgrounds can be transparent.
To become white. Or sorry, to become
Yes.
transparent.
Yeah, it becomes transparent.
Sorry.
The border. No.
This kind of
Yes.
nesting is not supported on Safari browser.
Really?
Yes. I got into trouble doing that. That and
Sorry.
don't work on Safari.
Yeah, I
Maybe
know.
anything just the dots.
I don't think you should use it for production right now. Just
Right.
for
No,
something
just
like
check
that.
if using ordinary dots will work without the and.
Okay, let me just
Without
set
the
this
ant,
first.
still by nesting.
It worked, right?
This
Yeah, this one
feels
is
like it's
great.
working.
Yeah, this one is perfect. This works on Safari. But you see that and thing, you just
That's interesting.
I thought it
That's
is the
okay.
ant that actually communicates to the parents.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to.
Now it's the same thing with SAS.
No, it's different from SAS. You need that hand.
No, you don't need that and in SAS.
You don't need the hand in SAS.
No, exactly how you wrote it down, like a class inside.
I always use the hand in SAS.
No, you don't.
Now, wow. That's crazy. Yeah, so let's next one more.
Please, I have a question.
Yes.
This outline, what
Yes.
does it do? What do outline? When there was no outline, when there was outline, how was it?
Okay. So let me
Outline
just
is
do what I
not
want to do now, and then we're going to comment this out. So what I want to do, you see that the arrows for left and right are looking the same. So I want to rotate this one
To the
the other way. Yeah. So right, what do we do?
Just rotate it.
Yeah, transform, rotate.
That's
180
degrees.
Oh, you're not rotating.
Why don't we just do rotate normal without transform?
There's no rotate now. Is there rotate?
There is.
It's still wind that is spoiling you.
No, it's the new one. If there is new.
The rotate CSS property allows you to specify rotation.
It's
Rotation
like scale.
transforms individually. Are you kidding me? They've now put this one like this.
Yeah, and scale. You can do scale like that.
Huh.
But it's new, very new, so not for production.
So you have been warned. Okay, let me see. Maybe I need to do it on the IMG. The thing is still not rotating.
Can you try to
degrees or degrees?
No, is it just right that you wrote the class?
Oh, right. You're right. It's right arrow.
It's right. You wrote right.
arrow btn,
Okay,
left
right
arrow,
arrow.
right arrow. This is right arrow. I want it to face the other way.
What of that angle?
It's not nested properly. Bring it out into calendar top.
Okay. You see, this is why we need the and. This is why we need the and, because it's to work now. You see, that's why you need the and, because with and you can tell that, okay, I need a space before this thing, or I need to just write it, joined together.
No, this and is like both of them are of the same class, inside the same class.
Hey, if I put a space here, it's like I'm saying arrow btn space dot right arrow, blah blah blah. But without a space between the and this, it's like saying, arrow btn dot, this, like no space. So the and helps CSS or SCSS understand, that there's a space between these two things. There's no space between these two things. Something like that.
What's the space for?
So
So
what this thing means is arrow button, class that has arrow button and also has
and right arrow.
and
Yeah.
arrow.
Yes.
But you can still bring it out and it's still the same thing. Without the
if I don't want to nest without the and, I would have to push
bring
down.
it out. Yes.
Yeah. I didn't want that. Why did they go on?
Lesson too much lesson is not good though.
I'm using Safari browser.
Who sent you? Who sent you? Why would you be suffering everybody? They should ban that browser, honestly.
Please, I have a question.
Yes.
I don't understand this and that people are talking about. The and.
The and.
That would like somebody was saying you should take the right arrow outside of this arrow button. That doesn't work. So you not said no. That's why you need the and. So why? I don't understand.
Okay. The and in nesting usually signifies this whatever the parent's property, whatever the parent selector is. Okay. So like if I try to nest something now, if I say and maybe dot left arrow, right, and I write maybe background, red. What this means, what this and represents is this. So this is the equivalent of me writing on a normal day dot arrow btn space dot left arrow, which means you can see it, left arrow inside arrow btn, like inside whatever that arrow btn class is, there's another element that has the class left arrow.
Okay.
But without the space, you can see this. It now becomes something of the same class. It's now dot arrow btn dot left arrow, meaning the same element has the class arrow btn and also has the class left arrow.
Okay.
So when you have the and there, you can now specify there's a space, there's no space. Both of them mean different things. But this one, they're saying Safari does not support and. You have to be working without and.
Okay, so wait.
Let's go ahead.
Wait.
Don't worry, continue asking the question.
Please don't go ahead. Wait first. This, you said that when there's space, it means different thing. When there's space, it means that left arrow is the side of arrow. Okay, but when there's no space, it means that you are talking about the same class.
Elements having two classes.
Okay, having two classes. Okay, I think that one is sensible. It's making sense. Okay.
All right.
But I want to also remind you that I asked what
about outline.
You now say you want to finish something first. So I said, let me remind you.
Okay, so okay, that's weird. It's not showing up. Normally, inputs and buttons have outline by default, especially when you click on them. You would see that outline.
Is it that black thing that that black? It's like black.
Yeah, one weird black thing.
I know it.
When you click on it, it's very annoying.
Yes, I know it.
So usually this is just to remove it.
It's not border, Abby. It's not border. It's only when
border is the one that shows when you don't click on it.
Okay, outline is one.
But outline is the one that normally shows when you click on it.
Okay.
That's by default. You can set outline to show normally without you clicking on it, but by default, the default behavior of buttons and inputs is that when you click on them, you see one kind of black. It's not really a border, it looks like a border.
I know.
So
thank you.
I typically don't like those showing up. Issues. Okay. Yeah, so our top is set. All right, so for the next one, we called it calendar main. So it's going to have a padding inline. What did we call it? We said 20 px, right? Yeah, so things are going to shift inside a bit. Cool. Not cool. Right? No, I think that's fine. Yeah. And then nothing. It's just going to be grids or normal, even blocks everywhere. Nothing in particular. Yeah. So let's leave that and move on. So that weekdays, week line. Yeah, that's going to have display grids. And then grid template columns will be repeats.
Please, can you do like space up so that what you're writing will be kind of up? I'm using my phone and yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so I think with repeats, it's the number of times, first of all, which is 7 times and 1 FR each time. Okay, so we have this. Let me just do something. All right. Yeah. So I think it's not zooming. All right, because it's fixed. That's sad. But do I need to do something? Okay. There's a little bit of something here. Let me try something so that we'll see it better. So calendar wrap, I'm just going to put scale 1.5. Will you get bigger? Yes, it got bigger. Okay, so I think it's clearer. Look at each of these. First of all, just looking at it.
Wait, sorry. Yeah. This is scale 1.5, so it's a font size. That's what you did there?
No, it's not font size. It's transform.
Okay, I'll write it.
This is the equivalent of transform scale 1.5.
Okay.
Oh, it scaled again. So that means these two work independent of each other.
I think it's the same thing. Maybe it's like picking the last one. Or is it scaling it twice?
It's scaling it twice. It got bigger.
Yes, twice.
Oh.
Okay. Anyhow, this is fine. We can see it even clearer. So just looking at it, it doesn't seem very even to you, right? Like the space between these, the space between, it's a bit uneven. Do you guys notice that?
Especially between that Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday, yeah. So this is why. You see the whole div, all right? Everything is sitting on the left of its box. So we need to do something to make them all sit in the middle of their box. So it justified problem. Left to right. Sorry?
I was thinking maybe text align center.
Oh, okay. Text align center. Okay. That did it. So they're all sitting in the center of their boxes. So at least, even though Friday and Saturday still has some weird space, you can still see it looks more even now.
Because of the text.
Yeah,
Text
I
small.
is small.
Wednesday is big. Monday is big.
Yeah, at least it looks more even now.
Yeah.
All right. So we're done with week line. And the next one is called days group. Okay, so days group is just going to look a lot like this actually. I was not sure to join. Beautiful. We've got that going. All right. So now all we just need to do is just have a bit of padding, on each of these, because if we look at this, yeah. For example, just looking at this 25 can tell you that each of the days has a padding. It's not just so between the lines. It's not like gap or margin or anything. It's actually just padding. Look at this 18 now.
And 8, I guess.
Yeah, this is actually where it stops. You see the 25. There's really not much. There's really no space between each of the rows. There's just padding on each of the items. Yeah, that makes all the space big.
Please wait.
Sorry.
Yeah.
This test align that you did that was center, did it do any effect?
Yes, it had an effect. Okay, I think I know what I'll do. Let me move this guy over. Yeah. No, it's not really that. It's the fact that because the screen was smaller, I couldn't find this tab. Once you reduce the width of your screen, the tabs to the right will start going missing one by one.
Okay.
And like now, this is the furthest I'm seeing. All the ones after this, I can see.
Okay.
Yeah, so I moved this our tab closer here so that if I check the Figma, I can still find this one. Okay, so where was that, sir? Yeah, so these guys had a padding of 8px mostly. 8 up, 4 down. It's also the same thing with these guys actually. So we're going to give all of them that. So the best way to do that, damn it, maybe we'll do it here, right? All its children, we'll give them all. I think this should work. Let's see. Give all its children padding.
Let's use color first
8
so that we
px
can
up,
see.
4 px down. Okay, and let's give a background of green. It didn't work, but I'm sure. Okay, I'm not very sure. If I put and, it should work now. Right? It did work. You see, and is just useful. And is just a lovely thing. Why did Safari come to spoil show?
They're always the last to join. Even with Gap, they were the last to join.
This is sad. This is sad. So now it means for proper code sake, best practice sake, we can't use this anymore because this is like development stuff. So now we'll just say dot weak line. This, I think it will work. Yes, it will work. So we can move our background.
You can use arrow better than to be more specific.
That's true. That's true. I saw something recently. What was that? There are these stuff. Is not.
Yeah.
Wait, have you seen any of those?
Yeah, I've seen that.
You've seen them, right?
Is
weak line or the days group. You gonna work? Of course you're gonna work. So how about that? So this is the same as yeah, this is the same as saying
will you still use that universal selector there?
Yes. This is what I was trying to write. Dot weak line space universal, like everything in weak line and everything in days group all. So this the is
and I said you should just add that greater than to show that it's just the children inside. I don't know, just a bit
right. That's true. Because there may be other stuff. Yes, that's a nice one.
Please, beg you people will come slow down.
Wait, what happened? It didn't work again.
No, it's like some things are scattered. You
early is not working with it.
Our numbers are not aligning again. It's like the pattern is only working for the third row.
Okay, no,
yeah,
it's still working. It's this guy that was spoiling it. Okay, so I think we are good with how to use this Isabi. If I see a situation
Jumasi is asking a question now.
Hand is up. Okay, Alpha, what's your question?
This one that you people did just now.
Yes.
Starting from list line 81. I don't understand.
Yeah. Okay, but look at this line 85.
It's
do you understand 85?
No. What is that?
Okay, let me remove this. Does it look better now?
I don't know. But where I got confused is this universal selector that is here.
Okay. So selector is just universal. It's used here. It means, everything. Yeah, you're applying a margin, a padding, a box size into everything.
Yes.
But if you were to add this universal selector after an element, you are essentially saying it's just like this, for example.
Okay.
You have dot right arrow. Whatever you put after dot right arrow, with a space, you are saying that thing is a child of right arrow.
Okay.
Yeah. So imagine, instead of picking one thing and saying, just this particular child of this element, you put a universal selector there. So that means every child, like every child of this element. That's what the universal selector there means.
Okay.
So let me put it another way. Let's comment these two out first. And so I would use calendar main for this experiment. So if I said dot calendar main all and border 1px solid red. Every element of calendar main gets a border.
Okay.
And so you see here is very thick because week line gets a border. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday get a border. Days group gets a border. 1, 2, 3, 4, they get a border. So this place is the thickest. But essentially you can see everything here has a border. But if I come here now and do this, you can see a slight difference. Now only the direct children of calendar main have the border. So this just means all, everything. If you put it, there's a saying every child at all.
I get.
If I were to change this to plus, something else will happen.
What's that?
Sibling, Abi?
Yeah, sibling. Yeah, next sibling. Okay, but anyhow, at least you get the all, right?
Yes, I get it.
So now, where is comes in, you have two groupings. Something like everything in week line, everything in days group. So it's a way of, bringing like terms together. Or is it factorization? I'll call it now.
Don't repeat yourself.
Something like that. This one, everything in this one, everything in this one. So this is just a way of grouping the major parts. How something like this. There is something that is similar in both places. So just bring that thing out. This feels like it's not a very great explanation for it.
So okay,
but anyhow, is like saying if it is week line or if it is days group, then carry on. Just apply the next. So this thing, whatever comes after or whatever comes after, apply it to this one, apply it to this one, apply it to anything inside the brackets, and keep moving on.
But you know that it's only the direct children that will be affected because of that your greater than sign.
Yeah, because of my greater than sign.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, this guy is still here. And so with this now, I'm applying. Okay, this one too needs to go. It's repetition. So with this, I'm applying padding of 8px up and down, 4px left and right to all the children, in all these places. All right, so let's take a look at them one by one. Yeah, we have things looking nicely. Everything is in the center. Okay, we also put. I was wondering why they are just naturally in the center. Like that's not normal. Okay, because of the text align center, everything is in the center. So, yeah, things are looking cool. So now, okay, let's adjust this select dates. I think now I can remove one of these scales. So let me remove this one. We can manage this. So now the last one. Save BTN and then the button itself, save date BTN. You know, one of the things I enjoy with this thing, SAS, is that I don't have to be putting unnecessary classes, right? So once I give this one a class, I can automatically talk to this button because of nesting. So let's enjoy that. Save BTN, I would have a width. Let's just give it 100%. And it's going to have a margin top. Yeah, let's not forget that margin top. Because the space between calendar top and this one under was 8px. But the space between the button and what was above it was 16. So the gap on the grid for the calendar main, for the calendar wrap is 8px. So that satisfies this space, but it doesn't completely satisfy this space. So we need to add that 8px. All right, and then we have not dots, just button. I wonder if you listen to me. You better listen to me. Width 100%. Let's give it that same padding, which was, what was that, 12px and 24px, even though that doesn't really matter. Background is blue. Okay. See? It's not working. That's sad. That's very sad. Okay, so let's remove the border. None. And the pesky outline that might show up. None. And we don't like the black color. It doesn't go well with blue. So we'll change that to white. Select dates. I feel like that's too small. So increase the font size. We go 20px. Is that large? Because this should be 16. Okay, let's go 20px, and line height would also be 20px. So we don't have a very tall button. And we also have to give it.
Why are we giving the same line height as the font size? I need to see that thing. What does it mean?
Okay. I will use this October 23 to explain that. So border radius, I think it's just 8. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And maybe this one might be big, but let's drop to 20 for now. Sorry, 18.
What of using ratio for
Ratio
line
how?
height? For line height.
Okay, like 100% or
No,
1. Yeah,
one
those.
point.
Okay. I shouldn't make anyone look. So, a big thing. Um, let's do it here. And it's nonsense. Yeah, background. Let's give it brown. There you. Oh, sorry, it's not dot P. It's just P. Okay. So, let's just be specific about things. So I'm going to give it a font size. I'm sure the font size right now is 16px, so I'll maintain that. And then I'll give it a specific line height. Let's say as well 16px. Okay, so let's adjust this a bit. So maybe 20px. The difference is not too glaring. Or maybe I'm seeing a difference, but it's how to prove it that I'm thinking of now. Okay, so you can see. Can you see the writing? You know, the width and height that is written there. Is it visible
It's
enough?
like, yes, 90 something by 36.
By 36. Okay, let me reduce the line height. Back to 16. By 33. For some reason, it's not reducing as much as it should. Why is that?
Wait, before you talk about, can you just tell me what is it doing? Is it like you want to extend the length of the words, or you want? I don't understand.
You know, in your notebooks, you see
Yes.
lines, and then
Yes.
you write, inside those lines.
Yes.
So line height is like those lines.
Okay.
Yeah. Increasing line height generally means increasing, the space that your text is going to show up in.
Okay, I get it now.
So maybe all these small changes are not showing very well. But let me just put 46.
Okay.
Wow, this thing it's not being cooperative today. Sorry. Okay. Something is weird. It seems span doesn't change line heights. Okay. Let me write another thing. That p tag is not following. Maybe it's because they're in spans. What's going on? It refreshed and it's not refreshing again. But things have changed. Okay. I'll
And the
just
network isn't lagging.
Yeah, look at. Okay. So you can see 46. Let me make this white.
Okay, I think the reason why that one did not work because it is a span.
Yeah, it seems spans. They
You
don't
have to
adjust
put
line
a
height so
width.
well.
You have to put a width to it for it to work. Or display.
Maybe make it a block.
Yeah, maybe display block. I know spans, they are very limited with that whole display inline thing. So maybe when you change it to block, then it will start working out. But yeah, line height for this 46. If I drop it to 16, it should just follow the text. Exactly. Yeah. So I hope that explains line height. So if I had, yeah.
Like if you have a font size of 16 now, for instance, without the line height.
The thing with CSS, you are not guaranteed. You may not be sure what you see now. The line height is more than 16, but I don't know what this height is.
One on top.
Okay, it's 31.5. I guess CSS has a default what's the word? Ratio for line height. No, it's not really. It's like a ratio for line height. As you may have seen, you must not necessarily give a definite value for line height. If you just write a number, that number will be taken as a ratio.
Okay, so that's
Like
when
this.
when she said use 1, so to just take it
Use
as
1, it
16.
becomes 16. Yeah.
Then 2 will now become 32.
Yeah. So CSS has a default ratio for line. I don't know what that is. Yeah. Has a default ratio for line. So if you don't specify line height, you'll see that default one. But if you have a reason, let's say you have a design you're working with, they give you a line height, it's best you just follow them jejely and put that line height.
Jejely.
All right, so you can imagine in here now, if I put, say, 1.5, this button will get taller. Yeah. So that it will look like there's more padding than there actually is. So it's for that reason that for things like buttons or inputs, it's good to just follow their line heights, kind of.
Okay.
All right, so I'll continue with this and I will remove this. Yeah, so we're getting done with the HTML parts. Very soon we'll enter the sweet parts. HTML is not the sweet part. Okay, so one more thing left before we say we are done with the HTML parts, or maybe a few more things. For one, if a day is selected, we said if we click on a day, we should see that whole thing around it, right? So let me say we select 18, for example. So let's give it a class and style that class to look just as we want it to look. So let's see, what do we call that class? Selected. Yeah, selected. So we will do something and we'll say days group sorry, days group dot selected.
Selected is it like hover?
Like hover?
No, what's select? Okay. Because what's selected?
Any day we click.
What class is it? Okay,
I added
yes.
this selected class to 18.
Okay.
I just want to mimic.
What
I
will
want
happen
us
when
to
you
style that first, and then we'll remove it and we'll not make it functional in the office.
Okay.
Yeah. So first of all, I would like the background to change. Yeah, it should change to var light blue. Wow, light blue is not what I expected.
Dark blue. The class color.
So color will become white. And then we're going to have some border radius. Maybe we'll go with 8px again. If we don't like 8px, we can drop to 6. Yeah, but I think 8px is fine. But this blue is too shiny. I want a dull kind of blue. Maybe I should just adjust it. This, yeah, something like this actually. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, date. We click on the date. We should see this. Just see it looking. Going by the idea, this month I plan on doing it. We will not always, or you know how the months are now. We will not always would have other things, quite likely get something. Why did that change? So you see this 00, for example. Yeah, so let's imagine that these days don't have the month started on Tuesday. And so, we have our thing such that the counting of days actually starts from here. But these two spans would actually exist. They just would not have anything written in them. Maybe I should delete the 0.
Yeah.
Okay. So we would like to have maybe a particular class for these ones that are active, right? So that when you see that, maybe we can speak to those particular spans that actually have active dates in them with JavaScript, and maybe put a listener on them for something or something like that. So for every day that is active, we would give it an additional class called active. Yeah, active. It will not make any difference, CSS wise, but for JavaScript, this class will be helpful. Okay, so with this, I believe we're done.
Which class are we using for that one?
Hello, sorry, what's the work of this active now? Sorry.
Yeah, the active will not be useful in CSS. It will be useful in JavaScript so that we can separate the sheep from the goats. the useful days from the days that have nothing. So that if we're putting a listener, on on these spans and saying, for example, when you click on any class, this selected should apply to it. You would not want that to happen to here. So that if somebody clicks here, because there's a span here, the blue color will follow and come here. That will not be nice. So a way differentiates these ones that have something from these ones that don't. Or maybe we can even just remove the class day. I think that also works. All right, I think that's better. Omission is better than adding things. So let's do that instead. Yeah. Okay. So I think it's time to jump into JavaScript. What do you think?
Today.
What's the time? 8:08.
Good question.
Okay. We're just going to do small thing. You understand? Like small thing. At least loading the days, nicely. How about that? Okay, so we'll just get a few things as variables. Days group is equal to document.query selector days group. Okay, so yeah, so let's get two variables. No, not const. Let month be equal to, let's call it 0 for now, and let year. You know what? Let me activate. Coca is going to cry. Shady. I knew it. He doesn't know documents. Nonsense. How did they even stop Coca again? No. Hey. There's a shortcut to stopping Coca. I've forgotten what it is. I ended up closing VS Code. Okay, so generally when I'm doing stuff with JavaScript, I like to open, let me call it a rough work. There's this repo that I use as rough work. Any small thing I want to test out, I'll just run Coca and start writing stuff like that. So, do you know how to get today's date with JavaScript?
Is it not new dates?
Hey, new dates.
Today's dates is dates now.
Is dates. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so actually the beauty of this calendar stuff is that we're going to play around with these date objects. Like, we play very, very well with it. Okay. Coca is still starting up.
The class is recorded, right?
Yeah, the class is recorded.
Okay. Because my phone is about to go down.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so in here you can see stuff, October 2023 and stuff like that and stuff like that. But today, how do we get months from here? What is talking?
Get months now.
Okay, what of year?
Get year. But there's one that they used to add
Get
one
full year.
to it.
Yeah, get full year. Get year is deprecated. It doesn't even show up anymore. I think there used to be something like get year a long time ago.
Please, there's one that I used to add +1.
Okay, it's month actually.
Month.
Okay.
So let's just write them month, year. Okay. So imagine we had this const months is equal to, we have Jan, we have Feb, all the others, Mar, what's the next one? April,
May, June, July, August.
Now, so they teach your children.
Now you are able to talk to self. Now you are the first time they talk and self.
Feb. Yes. Okay. So if we had these months, and we know that, with today.get months, the index of this month is 9. How would we get the right month out of here? Like, how will we get the right month to show? We have an array, we have an index. How do you write it that it will show up?
Month, square bracket, month.
Okay. Lovely. So with this and with whatever month is chosen, we can get, the things we need. Of course, you can also extract it from here actually. Let's say today, today.toString, because there's actually that. Today.toString, and maybe, because the thing now is that when you say toString, this thing here is always going to be 3 characters. There is always going to be a space. There's always going to be, the month in its 3-letter form way. There's always going to be the day. So this is what you want. And knowing that this is always going to be 3 and there's always going to be space and this one is going to be 3, how can you extract October or OCT out of this? I'll give you a hint. Slice.
Maybe start
Yes.
from 4, slice 4.
Okay. Slice 4.
I'll stop at 8.
If you stop at 8, you will actually be getting 4 things.
Okay, 7 then.
Yeah, 7. So we have 2 choices. We can do this and rock it with this, or we can just do this.
Which one is
maybe,
time complexity? What is time complexity stuff?
this one is smoother. You only lose time writing this out, because you have to physically write this out. But Simply accessing an array to just pick out something at an index is very short. It's O of 1. But this one will take, because this will take some time. This will take some time. Maybe this one is O of 1 too. But yeah. Okay. Anyhow, let's just say let months and
Okay,
let
I
year.
think I'm confused.
You are confused.
Eh,
What's confusing you?
like 129 that you did today to string dot slice. That one.
Okay.
Okay, wait first.
This is today to string.
Okay, you
It's
are
the same
seeing
thing as you see.
wait.
We've already seen it, but we want just this.
Okay, wait first. You mean that T is 0?
Yes.
No.
One.
Okay, I get it now. But what I was thinking of something else. Like, sure, you want to remove only October, Abi?
Yes.
What about if you turn this thing to an array?
We'll still end up doing something similar to what you are trying to do with the array.
Okay.
Even if we split it by space and just pick the second one.
Yes.
Okay, that would also work. Let me say, but it's just that we have to do to string first, then we split by space and pick out 1.
Okay, I get now. I get it.
Yeah. So it's just like, JavaScript, many roads can lead to the same place. You just have to know what you're doing. So I think it's a very nice idea if you're trying to solve a problem. Just get a rough work, turn on Coca, or rather activate Coca, and just try what you want to try. Right? You can make all the mistakes you want here. Just do some tests to get what you want to get. Okay. So to start off, okay, so looking at this now, let's remove this. I think I actually like this idea very much. I like it very much. Yes, very much. So with this, we have the month, we have the year. So if I were to, what's the word? Destructure this array, how do I get October and 2023 out of it? Let me say I have this as date array is equal to this, and then I say const blah 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 is equal to dates array. So I'm going to write, let me remove this too, and remove this too. Yeah, so I'm going to write month and year. So how do we write month and year in here that would get us, the right thing? For reference, I'm going to console log date array. Yeah. So what changes do we make on line 125 that will make months show October and year show 2023?
It's not already showing it.
No, it's showing Thursday and October.
Okay, we'll do underscore day. Okay, underscore. I don't know. We can do day. We can do day.
Well, where am I doing the day?
Before the month.
Before the month.
You can do day, comma, month, year, dates.
Okay, so this is fine, but this works on the assumption that we need day or date.
Okay.
Because if you don't need them, why are you creating that variable?
I think we can use underscore.
Let's put underscore there.
Okay, just put underscore.
Finally.
Okay. Yes, you can use underscore, but unlike
What the?
functions where you need a placeholder to tell you that there is something here, I just don't want to assign it, right? In this case, in the structuring arrays, it's not necessary.
You
All
can
you need
just
is a
come on.
comma. This one too, all you need is a comma. So writing anything extra, well, it's not wrong, but then it's a waste of space.
We are going to buy more in that space. Okay,
Okay,
okay, wait,
actually,
wait,
yeah.
wait. That underscore. What did you achieve? Why you put it? What did you do?
Nothing. It's just a placeholder. It's like there's something here, but I don't want to assign that something to a variable. But it's not so necessary for the structuring arrays because only the comma does the work of telling JavaScript that I know there's something here. I just don't want to use that thing.
Yes, I know that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the underscore thing is good to remember for functions. There are times where your function takes a few parameters. For example, map. The map function, it takes 3 parameters, right?
Yeah.
So the first is always the item. In a situation where you need the index, you don't need the item, but you have
Okay.
to put 2 parameters because the second one is what is indexed. If you don't put the first, you don't have a second.
Okay.
You understand? So in such a situation, for the first parameter, you can just put an underscore. So the underscore would take space and be the first parameter, but then there's no underscore. Like you don't need to use it, so nothing would cry. If you were using a linter like ESLint and you write a variable and don't use that variable, normally ESLint will throw you a warning that you initialize the variable and you're not using it. Why did you
Okay.
waste space like that? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I think we might need this later on. So I'll just take it by default so that, once the calendar loads up, the current day is marked by default. So let me just take this. So today is actually new dates to string splits. Yeah. So just in case we may need dates, I get the feeling we'll need it. So this one can go away. Yeah. So this guy, date month, date year. So let's try something. Let's remove these. Yeah. So slowly we'll begin to put in everything. So we have date month and date year. So all right, so we have these 2 variables now, our 2 spans, date month and date year. So we're going to do some stuff. What's it called? Date month dot. Well, it's actually nice to throw this into a function. So we're going to call this function const load date.
Please, what is the function trying to achieve?
It's just going to insert the dates. This is what I mean. Right now, okay, this has been saved. What's going on? I've removed the months. The thing we wrote October 2023. I've removed that. I thought this thing was on autosave.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be there again.
Okay. Remember what time that this thing closed? So that means the server stopped. Yeah. So this is not there anymore. So load date is just going to put them in. Yeah, so it's just going to do two things. Date month dot inner HTML is equal to month, and date year dot inner HTML is equal to year. So we run load date. Tell you what, let's put two parameters actually. Yeah. So we need to connect this HTML, or rather that JavaScript, to this. So oh no, it should be in body, right? It's still in body that they do that. There was a weird situation where I saw that where somebody did this connection outside.
Outside like that.
Outside body. I think I
You
can't
did not
remember if
highlight
it's
white
still.
for the person to know that it wasn't the wrong thing.
How do they do this again? Script.
You put script.
I was trying to remember the tag. Somehow it skipped me. Index.js. Okay, so you see it showing up. All right.
Putting the script tag outside the body will still work now, Abby?
Yeah, it still works. But I just find it weird.
Although it's supposed to be inside that body first. Can you go back to your Chrome? No, put it outside and save it. I want to see something outside the body.
Okay.
And let's save it and go to the browser. The element part of the browser, yeah. The script is inside the body bar.
Yes, it's inside body.
Yeah, that's it. Even if you keep anything outside the body, it's gonna
body.
drag it back inside the body.
Yeah. Because see, if I close body, it's not showing, but it's inside body.
Oh.
All right. Yeah. So now let's just try and generate these days. Okay. This is 831. Okay. All right. So how do you know the number of days that are in a month? So there's this fun thing that I saw. Let me see. Console.log new dates. I think you can write, let me see, 2023. 11. No, how does this go? I think I'll have to Google this thing again.
If you have
There
all
is
of them,
one.
start
You're trying to do
wanting
what?
One
look like
nice. Find the number of days in a month.
God bless you.
The number of days in a month.
There's one weird date manipulation you do.
I don't know if you pass in the year. There's a way you can pass in the year. Then it should give you like Oh no, that won't work. No, I can't think of it.
Dates that get dates. Aha, with 0, I think. Year, month, 0. Dot get dates. Okay, let's try that. So year, I think we can write it. Okay, so year, let's say 2023. Month, October is 9. I put 0. Aha. Yes. That's it. Anything. Look at this. 2023 9 is the month of October. Once you put any date, anything, it will start off the next thing at the beginning. So if you just write 2023, you will see January 1st, 2023. Okay, just 22. Okay, I think it starts with when you do month. For example, 8. September is the 9th month, so going by index is 8 is September, right? You see 01. But now, writing something else here lets you not only, for example, if you write 2, you see 2nd September, right? And if you add 2 to this 2, you would see 4th September. But the weird thing is that going by that, if you remove 2 from this and write 0, you would see the day before 1st September. I don't know if you get.
Sorry, me, I don't get to.
Can you put one there? Let me see.
That is amazing.
One is
Okay.
first.
1st of
One is
September.
September, right?
Mm.
This 8, I just hope you know it's index. So don't look at it as August. Look at
Like
it as
0
September.
month of from 0
Yes.
to 0 to 11.
Yeah, this is the 9th month. So 1 is 1st of September. If you remove 0, if you remove 1 from this and put 0, show you just day.
Okay.
And I think if you keep
If you do
Okay.
minus, okay.
minus
Okay,
2,
I get
it
it.
keeps going backwards. In the same way, if you write more days forward, I think September ends in 30, right?
Yes.
30 is September. If you write 31, you see 1st of October.
Okay.
Where did they bring this one?
Yeah. Get there. Even months too. 11 is December. If you write 12, it's
Oh.
But when we
So
close
the
now?
way to tell this in a month is to go to the next month, and so you will see the last day of the month you are looking for. You understand? Like if you are trying to look for this is October. October is 9. So you go to 10 and put 0, and you will see the last day of October. Then you can do maybe get dates.
So you must follow this format.
So that's
right?
Yeah, you have to follow this. So
I think I get what you are
the
trying to
next
do now.
month, sorry, year, the next month, and 0. Sorry?
No,
He was
no,
just
no,
Okay.
no. I
saying that
think
he gets what you're doing.
I get the concept you are planning to apply now. That's what I'm saying. By
All
using
right,
the
all right.
zero.
Wrong one. Yeah. Okay. So let days in current month be equal to, going by the pattern, new dates, and now we're going to have a little bit of problem. Yeah. If we had gone with this method, we would have had our month as a number, as an index, and so we could have used it here. But now that we went with this method, we still need to have okay. Const today go to new dates. Let's have this separate. Because I'm doing this because we need to, I think it's even cool. We need to have this new dates thing so that we can be getting some stuff from it. So for this time, yeah, we got month, day, year nicely. So new dates. Eh? So we have year. Let me see. Cause this difference. It won't. It will still work. So we are good. So we can use year that we get from here. Months are fresh because this month is in words. It's not in number. It's in words. So we can't use that. We have to get another month. So we can just say today dot get month, but we have to add 1 to it. Get month plus 1, 0. Yeah. And then dot get date. Okay. So we can just try something, to be sure. Console.log.
And that is 10 line 7.
Line 7. Okay. Yeah, 31 as we should. So line 7, it's what we try to do here. Is what we did in our raw fork. Right? Pass in a year, month, and you write 0, and it will show you the last day of the previous month. So with get date, you can now get the dates of that day. Right? Like this. New date 2023, 10. 10 is November. 0. So it will show you the last day of October. October 31st. So, get dates will give you the dates of that day. And so we get that. So with that, the number of days are in that month.
Sorry, why is the year in strength?
I was testing that we could use year as a string and nothing would happen. Nothing would go wrong. Because I wanted to use this year from here. You remember that this year is a string.
Yes.
From this place, that year we got from here is a string.
Yes.
So So I just wanted to reuse it instead of having to do today for you. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, so you can see the console log here, 31. Month array. So it's funny, the question I was asked in the group this morning, how do you get a number and use that number to generate, what's it called? Generate an array with, that number of items. So we're going to do that right now. But I think we need one more thing. We need one more thing, because if you look at this array, or rather if you look at this calendar, if we try to generate, some things up to here, say this month has 31 days, we generate 31 items and put it. It will always start from Sunday, right? So we need to know this month, when does it start? Sorry, what day does it start on? So with that, we can know how many empty spaces we are going to have before we start counting 1 to whatever. Do you understand?
I don't understand what you're saying, no. But the implementation of what you're saying is not arranged in my head yet.
Okay. So essentially, we've already gotten the days in the month, so we know how many active days we're going to have. What we need to know is how many empty days, how many empty spaces we're going to have before we start counting 1 to whatever. Okay? And to do that, we just need to know first day of that month, what day is it? So let's go back to our rough work. Okay. So we can go back to the actual month, which is 9. No. Okay, it's this 0 that is causing issues. 1st of October. And you can already see the day, Abby. So if we did something, get day, we get this. So get day function is a bit similar to get month in that the first day, it works with indexes. The first day is 0, the last day is 6. So this works perfectly for us, because now what we need to do is, remember, to generate an array. Where is this console log? Look at this console log now. If I want to generate an array that has maybe 5 things, and I can do this, right? You generate an array with 5 things, you fill it, you map through it. Underscore, because you don't need the item. What you need is the index, right? And you just return rather. Const. Where is const? Oh, okay, because of this. Oh, sorry. I was getting an error in the console. I was just wondering why. Okay, so look at this. I don't know, is it showing clearly? Do I need to expand this?
Me, I'm not understanding, no. Okay, I see the few. I see that one.
See the 5. Yeah, 1 to 5. Okay. Okay, let me break it down a bit more. New array is equal to array 5. Right, let's console log that. What's wrong with this one? There's nothing. This is why I don't like autosave. To just be loading at random times and causing issues. Let me temporarily remove this autosave. Okay, so do you see this? New array 5, and it shows empty, right? An array that has 5 things, but they are empty. Any issues with that? Hello, somebody was saying they don't understand.
Explain now.
You've not seen this before. Array with a number inside. I just finished explaining now. I'm asking so far, is there any issue?
With the field.
Have you ever?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Array is like a constructor, array constructor. You put a number, it will create an array with that number of items, but empty. So you can see this here. You can see the 5. There are 5 items in this array, but they are all empty. Any issues with this so far?
No.
No. Okay. So you have an empty array. Before you can actually start to map through it and do anything, since the items are empty, you can't really do anything yet. You have to fill it first. So you can let's do it this way. Fill with nothing, and you will get 5 undefined, because the thing in this bracket actually is undefined. Nothing is undefined. So fill, we'll just take an array and put whatever you put in the bracket. Is it what?
Oh, never. Sorry, sir.
All right. So fill is lovely for cases like this. Let me try something. Right. So fill just takes an array and changes every item in that array to whatever you pass into the fill. So in this case, we passed nothing to fill, so we get undefined. If you put 0, you get 5 zeros. Oh, sorry, I have to say. It's like we're using Coca to do this. It's faster. Yeah. So any issues with this, with fill?
Okay, we have 5 items and we should fill it with 0.
We just fill it with anything you want. So now we want to map through it, right? Dot map underscore, because we don't really need the item. All we need is the index. So if I just return the index as it is, you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. No issue, Abby.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we don't want to start from 0. We want to start from 1. So you can do this, index plus 1, right? And you will get your 1, 2, 3, 5. Meaning, if you wrote 15 here, you get 1, 2, 3 to 15. If you wrote 31 for 31 days, you would have 1 to 31. This looks like, what we need, Abby.
But initially it was filled with 0, right?
Yes, but you know what map does to an array, right?
Yes, now each of them, to change each of them, we got the same.
Yeah, with whatever the function is returning. So our function, we are just returning the index of the item plus 1. So it doesn't matter whether these are objects or whatever. We are now changing everything to the index of the item plus 1. But now there's another way of writing plus 1. You know that we've heard of post increments and pre-increments. So this is a very good chance to see them at work. If you do the normal plus plus, we know it's post increment, right? That means it would return the value and then increment it. So everything still looks the same. You're still seeing your 0, 1, 2, right? So what we need instead is the pre-increment, as in it would increment the number, then return it. So that's
best
that's
example to explain pre and post increment.
Yeah, this is the best example to use and explain it. So this was just a test. So if we have days in current month, right? If we can throw it into this array, 31, for example, you can imagine that we'll get, 1 to 31.
Hello, Edward.
Yes.
Edward, sorry for drawing people backward. I just joined so that I can be able to flow. Can you just tell me what you are doing so I can be able to flow?
The moment we're done, we'll just stop there and continue. Okay, so this is what we're doing. We wanted to get the number of days in the previous month, in the current month. And we found a way to do that, all right, by using this dates object.
Okay.
So you pass in a year, you pass in the next month. Okay, let me read it. 9 is October.
Yes.
Right, I know October is the 10th month, but you have to think of indexes. Okay, so 9 is October. If you want to get the number of days in October, you will not use the month for October. You use the next month, November, and then you write 0. 0 would show you the previous day, which is the last day of October. And then you can now add dots. Oh, sorry, don't get it. And you get the number of days in October. So this works for every month. So that's that for number of days in a month. And now we want to use that number to, generate an array of that number of days. So you can see it happening, right? 1 to 31. So this is simple. Array with a number inside, we just generate an array with empty items, that number of empty items.
Okay.
But because those items are empty, you can't map over it. You can't really do anything to them. So you need to fill it first with anything you feel like. So to use 0, because 0 is easy to press.
Okay.
You press it and you move on. Okay. Fill with 0 and then map over it. You don't need the item. What you need is the index. So for each item, you want to add 1 to the index of that item and return it.
Okay.
So the first item is 0. The first item is 0. You add 1 to 0, you get 1. The next one, 2, 3, 4, like that. Before you know it, you have an array with 1 to 31, which is what we want. So now, the next thing we need to do, because looking at this array, looking at this calendar, you can see there are some months where everything will not start from Monday.
Yes.
Right? There will be some space before it starts. Yeah. So we need to know how many empty spaces are we going to have before we start writing 1 to 30 or 1 to whatever. Yeah. And so that means we need to we need to check the day that first of that month falls on. Okay? So luckily, the get day method in JavaScript is, hey, quiet. You're making noise. Luckily, the get day method in JavaScript, it works like indexes, right? So if the first day is Sunday, we're going to get 0. This is what I mean. Let's see October, for example. October starts on a Sunday. Sunday, blah, 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 October 1st. If you put this back, you get 0. Next month starts on a Wednesday. So let's try that. 10. We get a 3, right? 0, 1, 2, then 3. 0 for Sunday, 1 for Monday, 2 for Tuesday, 3 for Wednesday. So this is very fine for us, because now this means that we can find a way to slip this into a sort of, into this. So we can say, let's say 3, for example, we save this as a variable. And then we can now say number of days in a month. Let me use a smaller number so that it will show up here. Let's say the number of days in a month is 5. And you add 3 to it, right? It means you're not going to get 8 items instead of 5. But over here, we can do a sort of ternary. Or rather, yeah, it's sort of ternary. If index is less than 3, we want it to return null, else it should return index minus 3 yeah, lovely, something like this. So we have 3 empty spaces. This is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and the list goes on. So now we have our first of the month starting on Wednesday.
Wait.
Yeah.
What you have explained makes sense. But there's something I want to ask. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
130. You know, before you did this get day, there was something here before. What was there?
Yeah, it's like a breakdown.
Okay.
So that day is Wednesday, November 1st, 2023. Since there was no time written in here, it will start at midnight GMT, because I think my laptop is set to 1 West African time. It just shows you all the time and date details.
Okay, not before this one was 0. Okay.
Yeah, and if you take it to minus 1, it will show you the day before that.
Okay, meaning this 10 is focusing on November.
September. I didn't hear that.
You know the number of months, the 10th month, right?
Yes, but it
No,
said it's following.
no.
It's no, it's not 10
Come on.
from zero. Just zero.
Okay, okay, okay,
So
okay. So this thing that is 10 years, November that is October, November now.
Because because
It's
of the
November. You can
minus
see it first. First is showing November 1.
is November because of
Yes, it's nice.
the last
Yeah,
day of
it's a
October.
little confusing. You have to get used to it.
So because I want to get a day before, that's why I put 0 here.
-1.
No, 0.
Yeah, that's why you put
Okay,
zero.
yes.
So you go to the next month and put zero. You will see the last day of the month you're looking for.
Continue. Yeah, yes, you're on point. Yes, I get it. I get it. Then that one that
so
you said
faster.
get a day. That one. No, the second one that you explained now. That you
Second
put.
one I explained, get day,
You not
will
added.
show you the day of the month in indexes. So Sunday is 0,
Yes.
Monday is 1, like that. So if we get
Okay.
that as a variable, we can
I
use it
understand.
here. Mhm.
Okay. Yes. Continue.
Please, can you explain this ternary?
Ternary.
Okay. Let me see the. Okay. You're using this new array. Okay, I
Yeah.
see it.
So if
If
the index
GDC
is
is
less
less
than
than 3,
that day, that's number, return
0,
null.
1, 2. Okay.
Return null. Else, increment the index and subtract 3 from it.
That's 1.
So you will now start getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I have a question for that particular
Yeah.
Every times there might be no null. The other time might start by null by the fourth day.
I didn't get the first thing you said.
Sorry, please explain it. Okay, finish our own first.
Joyce, I didn't hear the first thing you said.
Hello. Anybody
Yes, I can hear you.
that it looks like it's current dates that we have. You're talking about.
Hey, God, no. Oh, I ask my own question.
So I was saying that it's February, in our our dates in our calendar currently, it has some nulls before it starts. So like this ternary scenario. So will it fake it when you are doing the real one here?
What did you say before ternary?
Try Jesus. I mean, based on what be louder.
MTN, I'll be your network there.
Right? I'm confused with the ternary operation, so I don't know how to understand.
I think I get what I think I get what she was saying, that aspect. Joyce, right? What you mean is that let's say, for instance, if we have if the first day of the month is not 3, maybe it's starting from Monday. Is that what you're trying to say?
Thank you.
Wait, is 3 like a specific number?
Yes.
No. Remember now that it's not specific. This is just me testing. I'm
Okay,
just
testing.
testing. You see, I use
That means you are
5.
still going to do it for every day, like for the
Every month.
first day of
No,
the.
no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it in a variable. So I'll calculate I'll get the actual offset for that month and just use it, as a variable like this. So now our month array, let me console log the month array so you see. Okay, I've not done the console log.
But I'm still seeing 3 on line 11 at the end of line 11.
Line 11. Wow, that's lovely. Don't worry, we'll go there and you show me the 3 you saw there. And minus first day offset. If index is less than first day offset, return null, else this.
Hello, can
Okay, yeah, that was also, it was that 3 that was causing the issue. So now we have a normal.
you have not explained it though.
Every time I write this thing, every time I do something, I explain it straight up. After you see that.
But I asked a question. But I was waiting for Joyce to finish her own badge.
Oh yeah, what's the question?
The ternary operation, go like this.
You don't understand it.
Yes. Can you use the example?
Okay. Let's imagine our offset is 3. Okay, that means our month starts on a Monday. So we would like 3 spaces before we start counting 1, 2, 3 and getting to the end, right? Because we've done our calculations, we've gotten the number of days that are in that month. Okay, and again, our calculations also told us that the offset for the beginning of that month is 3 days. So that means we would like to add extra 3 to our array. Okay, but we don't want that 3 to reflect in the numbers. So we'd like to have nothing, then we now start counting 1, 2, 3. Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
Good.
This offset is also the same thing as the start of the day, like Wednesday.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So in this mapping that we're having over this array, previously we were only returning this, right? We just increment the index and return it. But now we have a little bit of an issue. We want to check, first of all, whether the index currently is greater than the offset. It is only if it is greater than the offset that we want to start returning normal numbers. If it is not greater than the offset, so if it's less than the offset, IDX less than our offset is 3, we want to return null. So when IDX is 0, 1, 2, for the moment IDX is no longer less than the offset, we now want to return, increment the index and then remove 3 from it. Right?
Yes.
Before we start talking about offset, we just returned the incremented index. So now subtract that offset from that thing that we found.
So if you remove the minus
start getting back your 1.
3 now, what will you look like?
The first one.
Whatever. It looks like the normal indexes. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not start from one anymore.
Okay. Okay.
So all good.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
I have
Yeah,
a
yeah.
question. I have
You
a
have to do
question.
something.
Yeah, there. It also be as
Yeah.
month as well.
You know that what?
That no. You know that there are some months. They will start from Wednesday, like you have said it, and they will end on
Yeah.
another Thursday. And one will still be in that same month, but you will not see it. That's
Sunday
fine.
using, I think we are seeing it.
Yeah. Our calendar. We are not
Okay.
really going to add things more often. So
Okay.
because
Based on
the only
our
reason why we have
calendar.
this offset is
Okay.
just so that we can push things.
Okay. It's fine.
Okay, so now this we are going to cut it out and use it as a template in JavaScript. Right? So our actual HTML this group will be empty. Right, where are we? Okay, so we have month array. And let's create a function. What do we call it? Render days, render month
This
days,
our
render
this
calendar
our
days.
sorry. This our question. This our calendar is October. Is it 30 or 31?
And no, that one, I think it was me that wrote it myself, so I stopped at 30.
Okay.
We've not really done the JavaScript.
Okay.
Const render calendar days. So I think it should take in month array. Yeah. So we need this days group.
How do you copy and paste on the next line without doing Control C and Control
Oh, I have already
V?
done that. It's exactly what I did. Control C, Control V.
Oh, okay. So
You just keep the cursor at the end of the line, then Control C and Control V immediately.
okay.
All right. Yeah. So now we can loop over. We can run a loop over so for item of month array, if not item, or instead of doing things fancy, let's just have this on HTML string is equal to an empty string like this. Item of a. If not as formal,
Please add
HTML string
space.
space where?
Like down, so what you're writing will be maybe in the middle.
Okay. Okay, I changed this to let's. Don't mind writing const everything. HTML string plus equals. I want the templates. And this won't be a template really. To just be like that. still have to use our backticks to avoid cases of that. So class, there will be nothing there. In between the spans, there will be nothing there. To just be like this. It's there as a placeholder. Just take space and push things forward. All right. Else, HTML string plus equals more templates, and then here item. Okay. So let's add a little bit of something. Look at this. Remember we got this, right? Dates, as in current dates. Okay. We need to do a bit of extra to make that happen. So let's leave that for now. Yeah, blah, 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 blah.
Literal.
Day, item, good. So at the end of...
Item will be like that. For now.
Oh, sorry. All right. Yeah, it will be this, like this. So at the end of the whole loop, this group dot inner HTML will be equal to HTML. Okay. So, well, let's just render calendar days with month array.
Oh, that's magic.
This can I see the game? What just happened?
A lot of things.
That our two space, I think that one didn't work, Abi. Like
which one?
No. Like
okay, this month doesn't have.
Okay.
This month actually starts from Sunday, so
from okay, I get that.
Okay, so if you want to just sharply run things, let me see. Const next month will be equal to.
Yeah.
So for next month.
I was going to say you have a musician.
Do it. Put the space again, like the way Cassie said, like to go up so that I can be seeing it is down. I cannot see.
Okay, sorry. Let's go today dot get what's now. Get more. Okay. Let's index equal to today dot get. So when these are variables like this, everything becomes nice. Month index. Variables like this, we can now, add stuff to it or remove stuff from it. Okay, so this month array, we also need to, how do I say it? So that the process can be automated, right? So,
I'm sorry, Edward.
Yeah?
This extension at the bottom of your code that's showing you time, what's the name?
It's waka time.
Waka time.
Yeah.
Okay, no
It
worries.
shows you how much time you spent in your project.
No worries.
Actually doing something, no. Not when your VS Code is open like
Yeah, that's true. Okay,
after
get
a week.
month array. Take variable, taking months, index. Yeah, I think just these two. And so, what is it going to do? Yeah, let's have this. So I'll just take all of this, and put this in here. So month array will be okay.
That's array there.
In here we get days in current month, year index rather. IDX. So that means if you change month or year index and run on, you get different stuff, right? Everything that we need to get this comes from month index and year index. Let's go with this, Abi.
Yeah, not confusing.
So let's
More confusion. I
Yeah,
said more
confusion.
confusion.
Okay, if month is now going to become greater than 11, we'll turn it to 0 and add 1 to year index instead.
My brain is already firing.
Maybe
It's
we
already
should
3
stop.
hours now. Let's
Let
just
us
do
stop
this
here.
thing now, please.
Because now people's brain go catch
No
fire now.
vex, no vex, no vex, no vex. It's just very small. Like we just need to see it move and then we'll go
No,
away.
3 hours.
That's what we
Wait.
started. That's what we started. We started this.
That's how we did it,
Now
and
this
we got
very
to 3 hours,
industry.
25 minutes. People that watch the video now, it's now be 3 hours. I pity them.
What's the word? If month index
It's doing
one is greater than 11. Look, see, it's not take time. It's not take time really. If
But we
month
don't understand what you are doing now. Now you are not saying
Bill Brown is
it.
lazy.
You are doing for your own righteousness right now. Finish what you started. Nothing else. Anyway, some people might get it.
X is equal to 0
I will not
plus. And
the
then
next class you
will not do what?
I will not miss the next class because you will repeat it.
Yes, he will. So
Be okay.
There is a small problem. This
Small problem, okay.
They complaining.
you know what? Let's just gradually use this thing.
we are not going
Any other thing?
back.
No, it's all because of this one. It's just
What's the
because of this
problem
one.
with using them?
The problem is that my head is
yeah, the way I got the months and the year that is showing here
Yeah.
was that I got it from to string of today, right? You know, when you to string
Yeah.
it, you get Thursday, October 1st, blah 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 blah. So I cut out the October from there, sort of. But now when we move the month forward, it's annoying to come and do this again. So instead, as I'm changing the generator, yeah. So this should be taking months index instead. So let's have this. Yeah, so const months is equal to this. So dates dot inner HTML is just going to be months square brackets month index.
Okay.
Okay, and then this one is just going to be year index. Sorry, IDX.
Year did change now.
And year might change later, you know, as we are increasing stuff.
Okay.
So that's that. Load dates, month index, year index. So now that we are done with this, we are going to do three things. We are going to call three functions. We'll call get month array, loads dates,
and render calendar days.
You know, now that I think about it, we don't really need parameters from here. You should just pick the current existing month IDX and year IDX. Yeah. So we should not have to be passing
just call it like that.
Even this, so we'll call get month array. Sorry? That kind of thing, you get it. This one doesn't really need that. Let the month array just be. So we call get month array, we call load date, we call render calendar days. Finish.
This is a brand command call.
Or a day. Get month array, load
the render
dates,
render calendar days.
Render calendar days. Okay. So next month BTN is document dot query selector. Did I give it right arrow? I think I gave it right arrow.
Check this now.
Yeah, it's right arrow. Okay, cn dot add event listener.
Click.
On click, we want what's the name of that thing?
Next month.
Sorry, not call it next month. So
let's have it.
Still loading.
Are we changing that month?
Are we changing what?
The month, like from October to November when it loads.
The current date is an empty array.
Okay, so we are bringing it in dynamically. Okay.
It's
Why
looking
is
like
it
an extra.
empty?
You should probably keep
Oh,
removing those.
I didn't call this.
This one's fine.
Yeah, things are a little scattered because I've not arranged stuff very well. I think everything seems right about now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's my button? All right. Huh?
Oh shit. Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So sadly, we can't go back because we've not done this. But you can see the nulls happening.
Yeah.
You can run the back now. Should be to just be minus.
And don't worry, let's end here. At least we've seen the whole thing. You know.
Wow.
This is changing with JavaScript. This is getting loaded in with JavaScript. You can move to the next mod.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Sounds like
Yeah, so I know it's been long, but any questions?
Please, the questions are positive. I can't even wait to. Yeah, I have
I
this
see
question.
Simon, Gigi, and raising their hands. I don't know if it's an old race.
Yeah, I had it. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, it was by mistake. The reason of hand, right?
All right, yeah. Okay, Joyce.
Someone else
Are you
raised
raising
hand.
now?
Yes, I'm
Yes,
raising
yes.
my hand. It is the new functions that
Are you guys just
wrote
playing
though.
around?
No, I'm talking now.
New functions.
Eh,
All right. You're talking about functions.
yes, I'm not seeing your screen again.
Okay.
Aha. This this render calendar day, I get it.
Yes.
You know, you change some things with the load dates. That worked me a
Yeah,
bit.
mostly they were up here. Mostly they were with get month array. So first of all, the months. I brought in this array that has all the months written so that with the index, you can just get the appropriate months. You know, before we're using this today dot to string split. And the issue with it was that months was already in this format, right? And we're using that to change, you know, that's the value of that span that we have up there in between the forward and backward buttons. Okay, so you see, it's much easier to just flow like this. So every time you call this function, it will just take month index and just select the value from here and move on.
Okay. So month index will now be today dot get month.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're now
At the
using that
beginning.
to pick the index
Yeah.
of that particular
When
month.
when the page loads, it's going to be today.get month. But as you move around, it's pressing next month or previous month, you'll be adding one or subtracting one from it, you know, as the case may be.
Okay, if it's now less than or equal to this thing, add. So can I say that?
Yeah, less than or equal to 11 because 11 is December. So if you add one and it's less than or equal to 11, no problem. You just continue with the adding one. But if it's going to now be greater than 11,
then
turn it to 0.
And then she increased the year from 2023 to 2024. Okay.
Yeah. And then you just call these three again.
To load the month again.
Yeah.
To get the months, load the dates, and then render calendar days.
Yeah. So actually, in a proper stuff, these three should be together in a function. So on load of the window, You call that function, I will call these 3 functions. When you press
Yeah, you
next,
can still
you
create
call that
different.
function. And it's too late. You do it next time.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
On Saturday.
You would like that for Saturday, no problem. But the thing now is that some people will not be able to attend
Then
since
that's
classes will
next
split.
Thursday then.
Yeah, probably.
Is it possible
Thank you
to
so
share this
much.
share this stuff, your VS Code, like the GitHub with,
Okay, I should put it on GitHub and share. Oh my goodness, 4 hours.
I'm telling you. Why would somebody feel be cooking beans?